We do have a proxy hatch by the looks of it. So yeah, we'll have to see what this is. There's two types of proxy hatches, and for those who don't know, there's the proxy hatch where you block the natural, and there's the proxy hatch where you build spine crawlers, you go for it, okay?
Sure.
I have to imagine that that's not what this is, but at the same time, it's taking a really weird route.
Now this is really interesting. This is Patience's map choice.
Yep. Okay, this looks like a normal proxy hatch.
And Solar just going to go straight for that proxy hatch.
Or not. It's hard to tell right now.
Okay.
Okay, it looks like a normal. Look at this. He looks like making it look like, oh yeah, I want to take my natural. Stop blocking me. And then,
oh no, you're distracting me so much. And then blammo,
yeah.
proxy hatchery.
Perfect.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so you said there were two types here where you
there's two types.
Or spine crawler
the spine crawler type is really uncommon, especially on a map like this.
No gases yet? Does that change what he's going to
go
for?
No. The spine crawler rush one is totally different. You don't even build it in the main. You build it somewhere else.
Okay.
And then you like walk the spines into the ramp.
Ah, okay.
Basically.
Okay.
But this is just a regular old. He probably wanted to go 3 hatch, but this pylon is blocking that, so he's just gonna go hatch gas pool.
Do you like the pylon block from Patience there?
Yes, it's very good.
Okay.
Like if you let the Zerg just take 2 hatches and your natural's blocked, it's really obnoxious.
Because then he can just cancel the
exactly. He just cancels it whenever, and you just don't have a natural. Looks like Patience is going to do like possible adept pressure here, where you go like double adept across the map, and he's building 1 zealot. So far, so good. I think Patience has a lot of experience dealing with this, especially on ladder. That's a really weird position. Is that a full wall?
I'm actually not sure. I was just thinking that myself. It looks like it could be very close.
My Baneling all-in senses are tingling. It tells me that that's not a wall.
If anybody has Baneling all-in senses that'll tingle, Jake, it's you.
I have like this incredible ability to just know when something isn't a wall and is a wall because I've played like 70,000 StarCraft 2 games.
Right,
so,
right.
Oh, look at this. This is so annoying.
Oh, this is disgusting. Is Patience going to get it? Get it.
Oh, wait, he just attacked it. He could have got it if he didn't tag it. Okay, there's no way that's a wall. 0% chance.
Okay, but
he has to build another pylon. He might have to build 2.
Whoa.
I can't tell if it's the bottom. Though between the gate and the cyber, that's not a wall. But I'm wondering if the bottom side is a wall.
Okay, we see 6 Zerglings on the way here. 2 going straight up into the main. The Zealot lets it run straight by.
Nice scout. Stargate scout.
This is really going to tax Patience's micro here to see if he can save.
If he loses 1 pro, I'll be really disappointed in him.
Okay, first Adept is out. We do see the Stargate about a third of the way done in the main. These Zerglings still poking around, though, still causing a little bit of trouble.
It's such a weird setup to the beginning of the game. I think this favors Solar in the long run. Look at this Cybercore block.
Wow.
But at the same time, I'm wondering if a weird game favors Patience or not, just based off of who he is.
Look at that, the abundance of caution there.
Why is this? Okay, no, I just want to lose this out,
he doesn't want to lose to the Broodlings that pop out there, and then he's going to
just walk it away, but sure.
Yeah, you know, he's getting style points from me, certainly. All right, so the Broodlings will scout that Stargate, and the Oracle is on its way.
Late.
How does Solar prepare for this back home?
Okay, never mind. I wanted to see if he was going to go through that Cybercore wall. I can't tell if he doesn't know it's not a wall. It has to not be a wall. I'm going to be mind blown if that is one. Because I would just link flood this if this was me.
Sure.
And then I would look really bad if that was a wall. But anyways, we have a spore on the way. Okay, it's there. There we go.
There we go.
I was psyching myself out. I'm like, maybe I don't have that touch anymore. Like, I've lost that ability.
It can be very different when you're watching the game and playing the game, to be certain. So we see the third hatchery on the way for Solar. He's adding those spore crawlers. Is he going to be adequately prepared?
Yes. Okay.
So you think the Stargate not going to pay off then for Patience?
Well, you can use the Stargate as full utility throughout the game, defensively and aggressively. So even if he doesn't get anything on the offense, he can get something on the defense.
Okay.
Like you can take your third with the Oracle.
And there he is. He's dropping a...
That's a nat, actually, I think.
That's just
it's
the natural.
So late, yeah.
Wow. I was like, oh, yeah, he'll take a third. He's doing that right now. No. It's 4 minutes in.
Yeah.
He's just grabbing his natural expansion.
Oh, here goes 2 drones. This could be quite annoying, especially if he does like a multi-prong here. There's a lot of lings here.
Lings from the back, but he's lost a lot of lings there.
Oh, shit, it's all 4.
Straight into the main. Wow, going all out here. Takes a lot of the Zerglings out. Only 3 Zerglings left for Solar, and the Oracle working down that hatchery.
This is what Patience needs, actually, because he's so far behind if he doesn't do anything here. Like, look at how late the natural is. The only thing is 22 workers to 28.
Yeah.
What are the drones?
I mean, he spent to making lings, right? 14
he should
lings
just recall these out.
Finish out. Yeah, he definitely should. He's not going to make it in time, though. They found
he might
a nice
recall
space.
as soon as the shade finishes. Let's see if he does. Okay, doesn't. Just going for the drone kills. This is still also an okay call because there's nothing else you can really do here.
Yeah, 4 drone kills, not too bad there for our Protoss player Patience. And the Oracle is still alive, joined by a little buddy in the middle of the map, and the Phoenix there. This is where it starts to get dangerous for me.
29 workers to 23. There's so many lings. Solar had to respect those 4 adepts so hard. He built so many lings when he wanted to build drones. Now he's behind economically. And he's still losing drones.
Double Oracle already works 7 drones.
How do you even come back now?
Make it 8.
Look
Make
how many
it
workers
9.
it is.
Oh, a good save there at the end. Does pick up 1 Oracle, which is nice. But another one is
10
just
workers
finished
down,
up.
though. 10.
That's way too many workers down, Jake.
Yeah, I agree. Look at the resource loss rate, 1,574. It's still going up because this is in links.
Disgusting. So 8 drones down. Your proxy has not really gotten the damage that it needed to get done. Your expansions have been delayed
Tech
by the
is behind,
Protoss
too.
player. Your tech is behind.
Yeah.
What is Solar's options here? What can he do from this besides pray?
Well, he definitely has to pray. I think he needs to play the passive game, obviously. There's no potential here for some all-in or something, even though he's building lings.
Yeah,
I'm wondering...
he's making 8 more links here. That doesn't look super passive to me at all.
Well, he doesn't have a Baneling Nest or anything. I don't know what he's going to do with those.
You probably
I
will
think
be able
at
to
this
slow down
point,
this aggression.
he's kind of in like... There's like this point where you need to build lings to not die, but you don't want to. 7 drones. I guess he just lost too many of lings for his comfort.
Wow, okay. So Solar playing off the back foot here. This is going to be really bad. Well, 11 drones in production now. That'll definitely help him try to catch up here. But Patience with the Stargate, adding on the gateways back
Look,
home.
he has to build more
staying
links, though.
active, unreal.
He just lost all his links, so he has to build them again.
Oh my goodness gracious. Patience doing a great job of controlling Solar's larva count for sure. Forge, Twilight Council.
Probably see a 3rd Nexus, too.
He can probably safely defend that 3rd Nexus as well.
Definitely. We see a Roach Warren. It's quite late, so there's going to be no like real aggression against the 3rd. Whenever the 3rd is taken, I think he could have... Oh, he could have been more aggressive with the 3rd. Uh-oh. Who is it? Is it us?
Uh-oh. Please leave. Observers,
We
please
can't leave. What do you mean? What are we going to do, cast it from here?
Yeah, we can just turn around over the shoulder, right,
Yeah.
and look at what's going on behind us to cast this game. So this is really interesting, though, because we've seen what Patience... You know, we talked in games 2 on Cobalt with Trap about how much he likes to control the pace of the game by controlling the map itself.
Right.
And we can see Patience doing that very well this game,
Well,
using those using the Oracles and the Phoenix to really take control of the map.
The funny thing is, Solar started that. He started trying to take control of the game.
with the proxy.
Hatch.
Sure,
the proxy
sure,
hatch
sure.
was by far like the biggest thing to try and control the game. You're controlling when they take their natural. You're forcing them to react to something that they don't want to react to.
Sure, sure.
And then Patience just flipped that like 180. As soon as the hatchery went down, he went across the map with 4 adepts. He had 2 oracles, and then he just took control of the game immediately.
Yeah, Patience has had his foot on the gas this whole since defending that not the all in, but since the unusual opening there from his opponent. He's done a really good job of staying on top of the game and really forcing Solar to make hard decisions about what he's doing. It's like a chess match, where you pin somebody else's unit. They've got to decide: do I want to lose my rook or do I want to lose my queen here?
Yeah. Well, you don't lose your queen, that's for sure.
That's true. That was too easy.
Get rid of your rook.
Let's rook or yeah. Anyway, so Patience doing a good job, I think. Is he ahead so much this game that he's going to win absolutely? I mean, if we look at the supplies,
game
it looks
goes
fairly
on,
even, right?
If this game ends, it's going to end in the next minute or 2, right? With some kind of attack that Solar can't defend.
Sure. Just
if
mass
it doesn't
adept or
end like
something?
that, we'll give Solar enough time to even out the game.
Okay.
And the problem is, I think Solar is a stronger macro player overall.
Right. He's
So,
chosen Thunderbird.
I'm
for
wondering
his map.
if that means Patience is going to jump on him. Because we haven't seen the 3rd yet. We do see a Forge, though, which would tend to mean it's a little bit of a later game because you need to wait for your +1.
Right.
Otherwise, it just doesn't make any sense. You'll get +1 and then attack him before it finishes.
Right, right. So if you put yourself in Patience's shoes here, is it mass adept? Is it drop a robo and maybe hope for that if you have to wait on the Forge anyway? Or what makes the
I
most
think you
sense
just
for a
take your
Protoss
3rd.
player?
You get your +1, right?
Okay.
We kind of feel out what he's doing. You see if he's building Roaches, if he's building Aspires, he's building Hydra, Ling Bane, whatever it is.
Sure, sure.
Get up your 3rd economy and then go for 3-base timing before anything crazy comes out. You don't want to wait till Broodlords get out. You don't want to wait till Hydra, Ling Bane with a huge upgrade lead or something comes out.
Of course.
That's what we're setting up for right now, and he has full potential, harass potential right now. There is no Prism yet, but we'll see that.
Right,
I promise
no
you.
robo at all yet, I don't think. He's just got the Stargate, Forge, and
There's
Twilight
an Immortal
down.
on the way.
Oh, there is an Immortal on the way.
I'm cheating.
Okay.
I can see that.
That is cheating. You cheater, you. So put yourself in the other player's shoes. Then Solar, he's dropping that Roach Warren. He's trying to get up to Lair Tech. What's he thinking right now?
I think
other
Solar
than
knows
panic?
he's a little bit... Solar knows he has no potential to actually do something right now on
Okay.
the other side of the map.
Okay.
There are points where Zerg players know they can do something. For example, let's say you kill a bunch of adepts in your mineral line. You're like, what could you have? You could have one warp in.
Okay.
Or maybe you kill a warp prism, and you're like, okay, now I can do something like that.
Get some breathing room.
Yeah, there's nothing like that. There's nothing. And Solar is good enough to know the unit count before you even see it.
Okay.
There's a thing that pro gamers know what you're spending your money on before you spend it, or before they see it.
Sure.
Because there's only a natural thing that you spend your money on.
Right.
Either
The number of options
or your
he's got
army
has been
or your
decreased
tech.
significantly.
Yeah. So
And
he can kind of guess what's coming, probably.
And Solar just unable to really invest into anything right now. I mean, he's
Yeah.
burned. I would love to see how many lings he's burned this game alone. Right?
Oh,
He has lost. Oh my God!
They
They're
showed us
listening to me on the cast.
42 lings.
42 lings already
Yeah.
down this game.
The sad thing is he doesn't want to lose them because every time he loses them, he builds them again.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I found is really strange. He's forced to build
He's
so many
forced to
lings and
trade them,
drones.
exactly, because you
He's
don't
got nothing
trade them.
left.
The adepts trade in your base.
Sure. That's a
So-
really good play from Patience.
It is. You're right.
Nice.
Patience is controlling the link count without even really intentionally doing it.
Beautiful. There's so much on the line this game for these two players. If we can back out from the game for just a minute and sort of look at the overall structure of the WCS Korea circuit in general, these two players, I was looking up before the game, are very close to each other in WCS points. Just a few hundred, or 25 points away from each other, I think, so almost identical. And they're down at like the 14 and 17 position. So obviously the top 8 players in the Korea circuit go on to BlizzCon at the end of the year, which is sort of, I mean, the ultimate goal for these players is to really go to BlizzCon. It's a very, very big tournament to get into. So these two players at 14 and 17. But what's most interesting to me
14 and 17 seems low for both of them.
it does, doesn't
Yeah.
it? But anyway, so they are a little bit low. But what's interesting to me is that a lot of the players in the like 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 spots, I've got the numbers slightly wrong, but something like 7 or 8 of the players that are normally above them are already out of the GSL, have already been eliminated this season, meaning that there's a hard cap on their points that they can get because the only big remaining tournament here in Korea
Actually, GSL
is
versus the
Super
World too,
Tournament.
right?
And they get a couple points from that. I don't think it's quite as many, though.
Well, if they win,
That's
that
true.
has to be enough to get in.
That's true.
It's interesting. I think Super Tournament's going to be a big one for all of them. And the thing is, Super Tournament's a weekend tournament.
Right.
So a lot of like crazy things can happen.
The weekend tournament is, and I feel like that's just changed in the last year or so, that we've really started to realize that weekend tournaments and these longer tournaments really favor different players and different styles very heavily.
Yeah.
I mean, pro gamers might
Pro
have known about
gamers
it for a
probably
long
have known it for a
time,
really long time, but
the internet's just starting to discover the beauties of the differences between these two tournaments.
well, because you got to look at the comparison. You're like, why are all the Terrans winning in this tournament and all the Zergs winning in this tournament? Whatever.
Sure.
It's less like that. But at some point, it was literally Serral and Maru. There was no other other champions. So
That's it. So yeah, I think it'll be really interesting to see what these guys go for, because Solar and Patience are tussling head-to-head. Obviously, Tasia sort of out of the running for WCS because he's just rejoining
Unless
to
he
the
champions
GSL.
it.
Unless
that would be so sick.
I don't know it's not royal roading your first one back, but if he first one back after military service, he makes it all the way through.
Is there something for that? A name?
No, but there should be.
There definitely should be. We'll call it that person award or whatever. Yeah, Royal Road is when they get
First one in, and they go all the way through.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, if you qualify for your first GSL and make it all the way through.
Right. There's very few Royal Roaders.
Oh yeah,
I don't even know if Royal Roading is even possible anymore.
Man, because
Think about it. If somebody if somebody comes in here and you don't know who this is, what's the chance of them being a champion?
Yeah.
Like, how do you just like show up and beat people that are 7,000 MMR?
I know.
Like that have been established for 8 or 9 years. It's impossible now.
What 14-year-old kid is going to wake up on Christmas morning and his parents are going to gift him a copy of
And he's just
StarCraft
like,
2 and he's going to be like,
try it. I mean, like,
StarCraft 2, I'll
I'll
see what I can
yeah.
do. And then he just destroys
Never.
everyone.
That's only really a thing in the beginning of the game.
Right.
So I would love to see it happen, though. It'd be so cool. It'd be like the coolest thing ever. Like even when Raynor
Dude.
got really good,
Oh, yeah.
everybody knew about him. Everybody.
Well, maybe you guys did. Some of the viewers
If
did.
you lose to a random 14-year-old, okay, like I know who this is now.
Yeah,
You don't just
definitely.
lose to him and be like, ah.
It's a quick way to make a reputation very quick when you're younger than Marty McFly and you're beating guys who are as experienced as Doc Brown in StarCraft 2, right?
We knew he was going to do really well, I think, for a long time.
What were the tells for a young player that shows that they're going to be really promising?
Honestly, playstyle.
Yeah?
I think a lot of it's playstyle and like, because when they play a certain way, you can just tell that they have a lot of potential.
Is it their micro? Is it their decision making?
Micro decision making, like the way they react to certain things. There's just a lot of things you pick up if you're playing a game, and especially if you're the opponent, because there are subtle things you're showing them.
Sure.
And if you realize they picked up on those subtle things you showed them, react perfectly, and played the game out, you're like, oh my god, this guy's a monster.
After you type in a lot of curse words at him in the in-game chat,
You
then
can
you
do
sit
that.
back and you go,
Avoid
oh,
that, yeah.
this guy. Interesting.
It's very interesting to think about. I didn't personally play Raynor, but I've played people like that.
Sure.
Where like I'll show something really subtle,
go.
and they'll just pick up on it immediately. I'm like, holy cow, this guy's good. Because I'll do
Excellent.
things that nobody should ever see, and they do. It's crazy.
Interesting. So remaining this year, GSL Super Tournament, GSL versus the World, and that's pretty much it for the Korea
Yeah.
circuit, right?
This tournament's going to be important.
Yeah, definitely.
Not for the people that we assume that will go to BlizzCon already. Like Classic doesn't really care. I don't think Maru doesn't really care.
Well, Classic can't go to BlizzCon. His military service is going to start before then, I believe.
Yeah.
Unless he gets
I
another
actually
deferment?
don't know how it works, but
Yeah.
I know it's possible.
Yeah, there's a big question mark there
It's a
for
big
sure.
question mark. I hope he goes. I'll be so sad because this would be the greatest BlizzCon story. Because Classic is totally a BlizzCon
man.
champion level player.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine
it has been for years, right?
He gets that satisfaction, the BlizzCon championship, and then retires.
Just
yeah, like that's the perfect time.
get up there, snap it off, and call it.
If I were ever to retire, I would retire at the peak of my career like that.
Isn't that the George Costanza thing where he says if you're going to leave a meeting, like you make your best joke and then you leave the meeting right away, and that's exactly what Classic needs to do is just win big and leave straight away.
That'd be so cool.
That would be great.
You
so
know,
confirmed for BlizzCon so far, the winner of GSL Season 1, Maru, and the winner of GSL Season 2, Dark, they get automatic seeds into BlizzCon, pardon me, and the top other players will make it in the top either 5 seeds or if Maru or Dark wins again this series.
I didn't hear what that was, by the way.
I didn't either. So our production teller, something in our ears is happening here. I think we're getting ready to go back into the game. Some sort of lag issue or lag spike, but I'm not sure what exactly is happening. We're checking the replay, so we're going to hop into the game quite soon.
We got lots of time, I think.
Excellent. I love a lot of time.
We get to just talk. This is like in depth with a new co-host. That's what it feels like.
It's like in
just
depth.
talking about random stuff.
It's like in depth if one co-host has no idea what he's talking about.
No, you're doing good. You're doing good. I learned new words after I cast with you. I'm like, what's that word mean again? And I Google it and I'm like, oh, okay. Why didn't we just say the easier word? But sure.
So for all of you high schoolers watching, skip your SAT prep. Just watch the GSL.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah. I'm just waiting. We should do like calculus and stuff so I can remember all this stuff.
Oh, no math. Don't make me do math.
You don't like math?
Isn't the caster rule you never do math on stream? Never, never, ever? Because you always
I made
get
a new
it wrong.
rule too. Never do Korean.
Oh, that's a good rule
Yeah.
because I'm sure you just get
Because
roasted,
Rapid
right?
always tried to do Korean. I'm like, stop. Don't do that. Like, because you either look like you know what you're talking about or you pronounce things terribly and you have no idea.
I'm terrible. I can order a coffee and like say hello and thank you, and that's about it.
I've been practicing a lot.
Yeah?
I've been watching a lot of K-dramas.
Oh, that's the best way to do it, I've heard.
It's actually not bad because you understand like the conversations and how they work and stuff. But I realize I talk very feminine according to some Koreans now. I'm like, wait, I'm doing that? And they're like, yeah, you're doing that. It's really weird. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll stop doing that then.
I love that. When I get to do voice recording at work sometimes, they make me do, because I have to do a child's voice sometimes for some of the songs and stuff. And when I first went in for my audition, they said, oh, do your little, like, sing this in a child's voice. And I said, okay, I'll see what I can do. And I finished, and they were all, it's so intimidating, the voice recording, because you're in the booth and you can just see, you can't hear anything. And so I finished reading the lines and singing the song, and I look out, and the people on the other side of the booth are dying laughing at me. They're like beet red, fanning themselves, just slapping their knees. And I leaned into the mic. I was like, what's going on? They said, you sound like the smallest, fattest Korean boy I've ever, like the shortest, fattest little boy with like a lollipop in his hand that I've ever heard. Apparently that's my child voice when I do voice acting.
Nice.
It's just the most rotund little dude ever.
I find like when I'm given directions for voices and for like facial expressions is really hard.
Oh yeah, man.
They're like, make your face do that. I'm like, what do you mean make my face do that? I don't know what you want me to do. And they're like, smile. I'm like, okay, I can smile.
What
They're like, not like that. I'm like, what do you mean then? I don't know what you're talking about.
What am I, a Juilliard trained voice
Like every
actor?
time I did the GSL photo shoot, they make you pose and stuff.
Oh yeah?
I'm just so bad. Like, I don't know. They're like, cross your arms. I'm like, and they're like, not like that. Don't look at the camera like that. I'm like, I know what you want me to do, guys. Like,
have you seen the movie Lost in Translation with Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson?
No.
Oh, it's amazing. Go home and watch it tonight. I promise it's worth your time.
I'll watch
but there's
it.
a great scene because Bill Murray is playing an actor in Japan who doesn't speak the language or anything, and he's doing a photo shoot for a whiskey commercial. And the Japanese director comes up and talks to him in Japanese very fervently and aggressively for like 3 minutes, and then the translator leans over and just says, "Look into camera with more intensity." And that's it. And he's going, what do you mean more intensity? Should I look like this? Anyway, it's a wonderful scene. I highly recommend it. It's
funny.
Man, we're still waiting on this replay to load in. This is really
that's okay. I don't mind.
Really struggling
I don't got
a
anything
lot.
else to do. What day is it? It's like 1 o'clock. We got lots of time.
Oh, yeah, it's just the afternoon. Plus, it's raining outside. I'd rather be in here than out there, for sure.
Me too. So this is kind of nice for, I feel like if I'm Solar. Wait, Solar was losing, right?
Solar's on the back foot right now, for sure. He's lost a lot of drones.
I wonder if
this
this is
game.
a good thing or a bad thing.
With
Because
a
you're
big
thinking
break?
about like...
That's true.
'Cause right now, he's not thinking about his computer problems, I promise you.
He's thinking about the game, 100%.
Yeah, it's almost like we got a tactical pause. You just like get time to really dissect everything.
The crowd, by the way, has filled up incredibly today. When we came, it was only 4 or 5 rows of people. Oh, look at that. A lot of foreign fans visiting us today.
Yeah.
I think hopefully cheering on Liquid Tasia is my guess because he's so popular. We saw this when Bomber was in the studio, just the studio filled with fans from the Estrella for Code S 2020. I'm on that train, 100%.
Oh, for a second I thought it was Estrella holding it. I'd be like, that's not how you do that.
But that'd be great, man. How great would it be to see more and more foreign players competing in the GSL?
Yeah, we have a lot. I mean, there's 12 people at our house right now.
Wow.
If
That'd
only
be
there was a
amazing.
Code S qualifier, but there isn't. So we
So-
had a lot of players play. Like in general, this year has been a lot of foreigners.
In the qualifiers.
Yeah, we just don't see them qualify.
I mean, it's so gruesome, and that speaks to the quality of the players that we get in these round of 32. I think it's easy for us to sit on here on stage, and especially if the only tournament you watch is the GSL. I think it's easy for a lot of fans to go, he's just a GSL round of 32 guy. He always bombs
Oh,
out
they
the
do
round
that
of
to me.
32. He's
You know what the
no
greatest
good.
comment was? They're
Yeah.
like, the entire reputation of Code S has been brought down today when I qualified the first time. I'm like, damn. Could you
Whoa.
imagine saying that to somebody who got Code S the first time? I played 14 hours a day, and this guy's like, you know what? Code S just isn't what it is anymore.
It's just so easy these
I'm
days.
like, I beat Impact. He was like 7,000 MMR. I'm
yeah.
like, I didn't even sneak in.
Unreal. So
People are just so mean to me.
I'm so sorry to hear
It's
that,
okay.
Jake. You're on camera for the GSL getting pity points.
Yeah.
I can appreciate that.
I like the pity points.
There's
This
a
is what you
challenge in
do
doing that.
when you get Code S. You just make sure everybody knows. I'm looking at you guys. I entered Twitch chat. I'm like, what's up, guys? 2-time Code S Norgard here. How
That's
you guys
right.
doing? They're
That's
like,
just
oh
your
my God,
sign. That's
it's
your
the
sign
Code
off
S
on
guy.
all your emails.
Yeah.
Warm regards, Jake Norgan Appleby, 2-time Code S. But so what we were saying is there's a lot of foreign players that are trying to qualify for the GSL. And when I cast the qualifiers, I only got to cast the final games in the winners and losers bracket. I think I only cast one, well, not counting Special and Scarlet,
'Cause they got
who,
in,
who
yeah.
got in, which is, and they're kind of old school at this point. We know that we have a feeling like they're probably going to qualify just because their level is so high. But I think the only other foreigner who got to a deciding match was it Estrella, I believe, who I think
Maybe
got
sort
knocked
of?
out. I don't think sort of got there. Maybe he did. Anyway, the point is we saw a lot of them in the early bracket, and then, yeah, they just get whittled down by these Korean players who are, I mean, right now, head and shoulders above what we can do as far as the GSL qualifiers. That said.
The average quality of the Korean players is just higher, you know? Like, we're bringing some of the best we have over,
Yeah.
and they're just not the same as, like, the average Korean.
You know, it's interesting. I was talking to Cuddle Bear in the who's here visiting the house, I believe, this week as well. And I asked him what his experience was like on the Korean ladder. You know, he's a great player, top GM in North America. And he came over here and I said, what's it like? And he said moving to the Korean server as a North American player, he said, was a lot like joining a fraternity where just the first week or two, you just get pummeled to death. The first couple games, you just got to take your licks over and over again. And he said he's queuing up against Terran players is terrifying in Korea because, you have no idea what they're going to do. They're going to be
That's true.
aggressive all the time. And I said, how long did it take you to get
He's not there yet,
to
right?
a place of comfort? And he said comfort certainly not. But he
Yeah.
said after a couple days he was able to sort of adjust a little bit. But it just shows that there's so much breadth.
Well, the
so
meta
much,
is just so different.
yeah, the game still offers us this incredible breadth of content that
It's like playing chess, and you're playing like the same people, and you're like playing the style, and then you go to a different place, and they're just playing completely different. Like queens are coming out on like the first turn. Like it's just crazy stuff is going on.
Absolutely.
And it's the same with StarCraft too. Like except I would think NA is the crazy side, and then Korea is more normal. But there's a lot of really interesting things with the ladder dynamics, and all regions actually have their own dynamic.
Definitely. That's
I
what I've
remember
heard.
in Legacy, there was a global ladder in the beginning.
Legacy, you mean
Like
Legacy
Legacy
of the Void.
Beta.
Okay.
We had a global ladder. It was the most interesting thing ever.
How'd that work out?
It was great. I loved it.
Yeah?
Because I was playing from Korea, so most of the games were on Korea. I'm not going to lie.
Sure.
But it was so cool because we
technically
had
right.
Europeans, North Americans, and Koreans playing all in the same place. You know who the
Wow.
#1 player was? Can you guess? You're not. It's you. Can.
2000. Well,
He
you're
was a
asking me to
Protoss
guess.
player, foreigner, and he was North American. That should be enough information for you.
I have no
Neeb.
idea. Was it Neeb?
He was #1.
Wow.
Yeah.
At the beginning of Legacy of
Yeah.
the Void. That a boy, Neeb.
Yep.
Wow.
And he was making adepts. That was how he did it.
Making a depths before it was cool.
Yeah, it was so interesting. I really wish we'd have more opportunities to kind of play global ladders that we have to opt in because there's a lot of lag problems.
Right,
That's
right,
the reason
right.
why we don't just have a global ladder now.
Yeah.
But opting into a global ladder where we find the closest region between everybody would be really interesting.
That would. That's the biggest problem I was running into when I host games from my apartment. It's always people who are like, "Well, I'm in
Europe,
Czechoslovakia
Korea,
and
North
I'm in
America, yeah.
I live on one island in Guam. Like, help me out, whatever. Crazy stuff. Ooh, the game looks like it's loaded up, so we're getting close, guys.
Yeah.
Stick around. You're almost back into game #1 of Solar and Patience. Again, these two guys.
I like to think we just have more viewers right now because we're talking. It's like, oh, we love you guys.
we're gonna change the category on Twitch from StarCraft 2 to just chatting. But so this game should be, I think, really, really important Wow. Okay, so not going to be able to get into the game
Oh my
yet.
God.
We
Yeah,
are going to have to
what?
go. We are going to switch to a just chatting stream. Can we get some like pork in here? We can do a mukbang stream while we're waiting.
Mukbang, yeah.
Get some lunch going on.
That's funny.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But this game going to be really fascinating to see who gets out because obviously both of these players, I think, have the potential to make it out of the group. Like it's not going to be a walkover win.
Oh no, I don't think either player either here has like first off, Trap is a monster.
Well, yeah,
You're
definitely.
going into from a tiger den to like a bear den. You know, like it's not fun. You're
Is
not.
a bear den more terrifying than a tiger den?
I would rather fight a tiger than a bear. You seen bears? They're massive.
Oh, that's interesting.
Wait, you'd rather fight a tiger?
I don't know yet. I'm trying to think
One
about
tiger
it.
versus one bear. Bears weigh like what, twice, 3 times as much as tigers?
Yeah, but they're a lot. Oh, I don't know, man.
I would much rather. I feel like I could scare it. I'm a big guy, you know.
This is the hardest I've ever thought
pretend
during a
to be a bear.
StarCraft 2 cast in my life. Trying to like I've looked at really we saw those.
Okay, wait,
videos
it
that were-
depends on the bear too. 'Cause polar bears I've heard are very dangerous.
And if it's like Winnie the Pooh, like you know, I'll take that fight any day
Winnie
of the week.
Pooh? Yeah, sure.
Sure, right?
A real life Winnie the Pooh. Okay, I think we'll go with polar bear. Because polar bears are scary. Actually, grizzly bears are scary. You know what? All bears are
I
scary,
think
except
you're
for
right.
pandas.
All bear. Yeah.
If you're in
well,
a-
and
if you're in a-
pandas aren't technically bears, so
Panda bear?
we call them panda bears, but I think they're more closely related to like or is it koalas that aren't real bears? Oh man, I'm trying to do science facts on stream
No
now.
science facts
Welcome
on
back.
stream, guys. I think
We've
pandas
cycled
are
through
bears.
now.
I don't know.
We'll
Anyways,
have to look it up. It's either pandas
they're
or
not
koalas
real
that aren't like
bears,
technical
though.
bears.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just too adorable.
yeah. Could you? I think I would actually still rather fight the tiger because I couldn't fight a panda bear. That's just mean.
They would overwhelm you with cuteness for
Yeah.
sure. Look into its giant cute eyes and just get mesmerized.
I've often thought what I would do if a tiger attacked me. How
I
would I
mean,
defend myself?
You wouldn't, right?
No, you have to. Come on. You're not just gonna roll over and be like, all right, guess I'm a meal today.
I think that's what I don't think my reflexes
What if you
are
were
fast
attacked?
enough.
You just be like, eh.
You're
This is
talking.
fine.
You're talking to a man whose high school sports were cross country running that I was really bad at, and Scholars Bowl because I didn't have to do anything, just answer questions on the
I did
buzzer.
shot put, but that doesn't help me.
So you would have much better if they gave you a shot
Oh,
put.
I
you could
throw a
definitely-
rock at him, maybe.
I mean, you know, you got.
I actually got to like.
What am I going to do? Answer quiz questions at him?
Yeah, I guess. Well, running should be good for you.
Very slowly. That's
I
the
guess
problem,
a tiger
though.
would outrun you.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe a bear
definitely.
you could outrun.
And bears are scary fast.
Yeah. Well,
Man,
not as fast as tigers. I'm trying to read what's going on.
This-
We said no Korean on stream, didn't
That's
we?
true. You're breaking your own rules, man.
I think he said something about Protoss being Imba. No, I'm
That's
just
got to
kidding.
be it. He's complaining in the chat. So Imba, they break the game, literally and figuratively. So this is the last group in the round of 32 here. We're going on to the round of 16. Are there any standouts from the round of 32 overall that you've seen that you've really thought, oh,
think all
wow,
of
I
them.
wasn't expecting this? Or anybody that you were like, I mean, wow, I was expecting you to
No,
go on,
the
but
only
not in this fashion.
True person I was not expecting to do so well was Armani. Even though he didn't get out,
That's
he looked
true.
so scary.
He did look
I
scary.
remember going down to the makeup room and they're like, dude, Armani is really good.
In
And I'm
the-
like, that's what I thought too. Like, taking away from that series, he's scary.
Yeah.
So
I'm
next
excited to
season,
see him back.
even GSL Super Tournament might be a really good tournament for him because there's less time to prepare.
He's going to the Aces Raj tournament as well.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I've heard.
I would
so
love to see that happen.
yeah, it should be really good. You're right. Armani put on some incredible games. I'm
He's
trying to.
one standing out, even though he didn't qualify. He still stood out to me.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's good. That's good to hear.
I think most other people though do deserve to be where they are. I wouldn't say anybody snuck in or was surprising.
I think a lot of the matches this time there have been some. It's very
Oh.
similar to this one where we've had a lot of matches that were sort of on the fence where both players could have qualified.
We're going
but
in.
Here we go. Almost back into game, guys. We're getting so close. Let's see if this one works. Oh, baby. And here we are back into the game.
With the probe dying immediately. The game's over, guys. GG.
Okay, cool.
The probe
So,
died.
yeah, a quick pick off there. And so let's recap for everybody who's just joining us after 4 hours of us talking about bears and tigers fighting each other. Roach Warren, Roach Warren Lair on the way for Solar, and a couple of Oracles out for Patience. Patience getting Zealot legs and adding on that Warp Prism.
Yeah. It's just a little... Okay, here's a Nexus. Like I said, I think we have a natural kind of progression here for both players. Protoss has more options in the Zerg right now, but it's still definitely a playable game from both sides. He's building quite a few Lings again. I really wish he would just chill on the Ling button.
42 Lings had gone down this game already and more coming out. Now he's scrubbing in some Roaches and Roach speed.
Yeah.
Is that because he doesn't have the economy to really get up
I
to
think he
anything
wants
else?
to be aggressive, which is quite surprising. I don't see much room for aggression right now.
Nice warp in there by Patience. Going to protect himself from any of those Lings getting into scout what's coming out, which is 4 more gateways and a Templar Archive.
Yeah, he's still very natural progression. Where are the Oracles? The Oracle's usually here to defend this kind of stuff.
The Oracle's on the other side of the map right now, going into the natural for Solar right now. They're
Yeah.
both very, very low on health, though, and he does already have
I think he lost one. Oh, he does have 2.
Spore Crawlers. He lost 1, but he built 3, yeah. He's going to get a couple drone kills, but not a whole lot there, so they are going to
These are better on the other side of the map, I think, at this point.
defending against the
Yeah.
links. Yeah.
Because right now, like you see, he's turned his entire army around. And also, these Oracles have basically done nothing.
Yeah.
And he's going to lose one. That's not good.
Second
Might
Oracle
lose
is
2.
down.
Okay, doesn't.
Oh,
1 shot.
7 health. 8 kills, though.
Yeah. I mean, they paid for themselves. Infestation put on the way.
Yeah, tell me more about that.
I guess Swarm Host? Swarm Host is
that
not
would
a bad play, because we see so many Immortals.
Yeah, that'd be
There's
really
a
interesting.
Templar Archive already. This map's not bad for it either. You look at the setup, like, oh, there's nothing in the wall. Okay.
Little scout here from Solar.
Scout that's going to kill a couple of probes.
Or just, yeah, taking a couple probes. That works for me, too. Wow, 2 probes, 3 probes, still not responding to this. Only 1 adept here to try and, well, 2 adepts here to try and chase it away.
Yeah.
All
A
right.
little bit slow. 4
Not
probes
too
go
bad.
down. 43 workers is 60. Solar's jumping up in workers like crazy. He was behind for a long time. Now he's actually ahead.
Look
4
at that
Swarm Hosts on the way.
Beautiful. Is he going to go into Nidus play, do you think, behind this to give himself a little more mobility, or does he not have the economy? I guess Niduses are so cheap, though, right?
Yeah, he doesn't quite have it yet, though. The base Knight is actually quite expensive.
Ah, right.
And also unnecessary, considering he's doing so much on the other side anyways. These Swarm Hosts are actually good defensively right now. That's what it seems like they're for.
Interesting. I always find the defensive Swarm Hosts always seem to be really frustrating for the Zerg player to sort of micro around. They're so bulky, they're so huge, and once a Zealot gets on top of them, they just seem like they explode immediately.
Yeah, it's more about like when to shoot the... Oh, no. Oh, no. This might be a long day, guys.
Game
Okay.
paused.
Well, so about that bear you were going to fight.
Yeah, I would much rather fight a bear. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what's going on.
So defensive Swarm Host, you were just about to say something
Yeah,
about...
defensive Swarm Hosts, it's more about like how many to shoot off, and like if the Protoss baits out you shooting your just Swarm Hosts out,
Right.
and then you just like lose, that would be really bad. So
Sure.
there's a lot of like mind games around that. But defensively, they're great, I think, especially if you stagger the shots on the Swarm Hosts.
Okay.
Free
okay.
units are still free units.
Have you seen Solar using Swarm Host recently?
Yes.
Okay. How's his control?
He's great. He's great. This is his thing. Swarm Hosts are good. But we'll have to see. I think defensively, it looks like he's in a good spot. But still, 59 to 53 workers. So
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm surprised at how well Solar has kept up after such a weird beginning to this game. Again, this is the game that started with the proxy hatchery that got taken down. His second and his natural and his third got pylon blocked, and he had to take the third of that wonky front location at the 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock position that he really didn't want to take. And
Yeah.
so he seems to have sprung back very well. Is Patience failing to put on
has.
enough pressure?
no, I think Patience is doing everything he can. I just think Solar is doing a good job of like cutting corners that he knows he can cut. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like for example, he doesn't tech too fast. He doesn't. The only thing he does is that he shouldn't is build a ton of lings, which I felt was kind of a mistake. But at the same time, he's safe, right? So maybe he's prioritizing being safe than being dead, which is good.
Hey, yeah, that sounds like it works for me.
Yeah, I'm interested though. This game still is going on with +2 versus no upgrades, right? On the way.
Ah, that's a big change.
And if we see +3 versus 0-0 Zerg, that is not a good place to be. I don't care who you are.
Patience still on 2 bases.
3.
Oh, is he on 3?
Yeah.
Ah, that's right. He took that 3 o'clock base. Sorry.
The third base doesn't have any gas yet, but still 53 to 59 workers.
Okay.
99 army with roaches, so it's pretty even, and there's a +1 upgrade advantage.
Wow.
I don't see the Swarm Host being aggressive. That would be very crazy, considering there's no retreat path for them.
Yeah, especially since Solar's been playing so conservatively this game, right? I mean, he's been just building units to defend and everything, but he hasn't done any crazy drops, or his Ling run bys have been really efficient, but he hasn't overcommitted to anything. He hasn't, you know, because he'll send, what, have you seen him send 6 or 7 or 8 Lings out?
Yeah, that's like the
get
perfect
whatever
amount, right?
done.
Because you warp
Yeah.
in a couple of units that aren't at your fight, and you kill some probes, but nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing a good job so far.
Ooh, somebody here from the army, I think. Maybe, wow. Man, the crowd is still streaming in, by the way. We're up to almost, not
Yeah,
not
this is
quite a
quite a
full
few
house,
people.
but it's really nice that we see so many players coming out to support on a Saturday afternoon. They're not just coming to get in out of the rain, I don't think.
They might be just stumbling like, what's this? It's nice and dry, though.
Stick around for a while. Yeah, I was really worried it was going to be too hot today, but honestly, the rain, the mist,
Yeah.
it's been kind of nice.
You know what I'm waiting for now? We're going to get Tasia versus Solar, and it's going to be like a 2-hour mech game. You know? And then there's going to be pauses during it, so it's going to be like a 4-hour game.
Our call time today was 12 o'clock noon.
Yeah.
If we get out of here at midnight, I'm going to be...
I'll be happy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
If
Why
it's
not?
all game or if it's all pause, just chatting with me about
Yeah,
fighting
sure.
bears.
I like chatting. I don't mind. I've got nothing else to do.
That's true.
Once I do a GSL day, it's like, that's the day.
You block off the whole day?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you said that a couple of members from your house, from the foreign team house, had come
That
out
would
to
be bad for them, though.
the games today.
Could you imagine? What are they going to do?
That's true. Okay, so guys, we need a little bit of time to figure out what's going on in this game. We're going to go to a quick break and hopefully come back and bring you the rest of Solar and Patience. Stick around, guys.
Making me feel like I'm his queen, taking me out in limousines, promising me empty dreams, but he wasn't and I was his life, reminiscing, checking me out from left to right, waiting to see when I'll stop the fight, underneath these hazy nights, crazy nuts lies, and I was his life, reminiscing. Faking it when he called me back into his ride, feeling time like I'm his only, sitting way too close, alone inside, the walls be closing on me. In him I can't confide, even in my secrets can't confide. Any other person, but he is a burden, and I feel like cursing can't confide. When he called me back into his ride, feeling time like I'm his only, sitting way too close, alone inside, the walls be closing on me. In him I can't confide, even in my secrets can't confide. Any other person, but he is a burden, and I feel like cursing can't confide. He said, call me back into his ride, I don't know, is this the show? He was like, I'll make you mine, running circles in my mind, after you up in my ride, and I was his life, reminiscing. I was confused, felt abused, didn't know what to do, and it was a lie. Yeah. All the lies you told me, burning time to hold me, scratch that you don't own me, reading people and faking it. When he called me back into his ride, feeling time like I'm his only, sitting way too close, alone inside, the walls be closing on me. In him I can't confide, even in my secrets can't confide. Any other person, but he is a burden, and I feel like cursing can't confide. When he called me back into his ride, feeling time like I'm his only, sitting way too close, alone inside, the walls be closing on me. In him I can't confide, even in my secrets can't confide. Any other person, but he is a burden, and I feel like cursing can't confide. Cause you stepped down on my ego, try to bring me down to zero, claiming that you're my hero, treating people and faking it out. Without you I am nothing, so I remind him one thing, I'm reminiscing. When he called me back into his ride, feeling time like I'm his only, sitting way too close, alone inside, the walls be closing on me. In him I can't confide, even in my secrets can't confide. Any other person, but he is a burden, and I feel like cursing can't confide. When he called me back into his ride, killing time like I'm his only, sitting way too close, alone inside, the walls be closing on me. In him I can't confide, even in my secrets can't confide. Any other person, but he is a burden, and I feel like cursing can't confide.
What's up, guys?
We're back. So we started a little bit earlier than we expected. Looks like we're ready to get right back into the game.
Yes.
Which, thank goodness, I have been on the edge of my seat this whole time waiting for these guys. This is
the longest 9-minute game I've ever had.
It's a matchup that I've been waiting for, I think, most excitedly on the edge of my seat. For these two players to
a bit
really
of a mismatch for the first set, so.
A bit of right, for Tasia and Trap. Yeah, but this one, I think, obviously, you know, we walk into some of these GSL matches, especially the Tier 1, Tier 4s, where there's a big difference. But this game, with Solar and Patience, these guys very well evenly matched. Okay, so let's bring us back up to speed where we were 27 minutes
just
ago.
Finishing up.
Right, and you said they were going to be used defensively, and you were promising me that Solar is going to show us something incredible with these Swarm hosts.
Okay, I said he has good control. I wouldn't say incredible control. Actually, yeah, there's only a few rare instances where I find incredible Swarm host control because they're kind of just like a unit you make and send.
They waddle a lot, don't they?
There was a game, it was Dark versus Trap in the finals where he like split off one Locust and just stopped the not the time wards, the stasis wards.
Oh wow!
Yeah, like he would split off individual locusts
to pop those.
Yeah, to pop the time warps and then kill the stasis wards and then kill the bases. It was crazy.
Wow, that's impressive.
That was incredible control. Okay.
Man, that's for sure. Okay, so a nice revelation there from Patience, getting to show everything that's going on with that army, and even get to see the timing of when those rocks get broken down. Does he have enough here to defend against this? I'm surprised Solar's being so aggressive.
He's being pretty aggressive. Out. Yeah, this is fine though. This makes sense, I guess, to some extent. The problem is that we don't have much options if this goes badly.
Ah, you're right. Like there's another rush back home.
Yeah, and also there's like it's kind of hard to retreat here.
Okay, some nice force fields there from Patience, buying him a lot of time.
Oh, this is so annoying. Like this is really bad for Solar.
Yeah, these warbits are going to be really frustrating for him. We can see him dropping that oh my gosh, I called it the spine crawler.
This is why you don't be aggressive, by the way.
It's a spire, and yeah, wow, getting forced all the way back home. We can see his army retreating through the middle of the map. This warp prism being really frustrating.
Yeah. And this is the biggest issue with moving out, especially with an army like this, is that you're really committed. And now that there's a prism on the other side of the map, like what do? You return your entire army over, you lose your entire push. Like there's basically all the wind out of your sails is just gone now.
Solar desperately needs to recall back to his main base, but he's going to have some troubles figuring out how to do that as a Zerg player.
Oh, okay, here we go. This might be a really big surround. Nice recall, but he loses all his sentries.
Oh my gosh, that's so much gas going to disappear immediately. Those poor sentries, not long for this world.
That's so bad. That's a massive mistake.
No force fields for Solar now. He's in a really bad spot. We can already see the Zerglings on top
no force fields. Yeah, all the roaches are on top of the Immortals. Everything's going to go down here, I think.
Oh my gosh, what a beautiful play from Solar there. A bit of a mistake there from Patience. And Patience splitting his army back into two separate pieces here. The Roaches and Ravagers are going to chase the Immortals back to the third, but there's no War Prison there to defend them. Oh my god, the Biles.
Yeah.
Only 2 probes for all of that.
Yeah, there's nothing here. There's no way to defend this. No sentries, no way to stop this from happening. He's going to lose him. Oracle.
Oh my gosh. As a Zerg player, that feels great, doesn't it? Picking off that Oracle with those Biles. I mean, we can see the Swarm host setting up. There's Patience with the haha and the GG.
Wow.
Solar taking game number 1.
Yeah, kind of unexpectedly. I think that Patience botched that a little bit.
A rocky start for Solar.
Rocky start, rocky mid game.
Yeah.
Amazing like mid to late game, and then yeah, the game just ended basically.
So, I always hear from the pro players that if you watch your replays, you should only watch them until you make your first mistake. And everything after your first mistake, you're like, okay, I don't know what that means for the rest of the game, but for next game, I need to focus on what my first mistake is.
Well, yeah, but you should focus on all your mistakes, I think.
Okay, but in that case, I want to go back to, I think what was one of Patience's biggest mistakes that game was his recall out, where he didn't catch all of his sentries in his recall.
Well, even before that, the biggest mistake was moving out on creep in the middle of the map.
Okay. Because
so
he set himself up for failure.
Yeah. I think he thought that the army was going to retreat all the way back to his prism.
Okay.
And the army did not retreat all the way back.
Yeah, that Zergling wraparound to the other side from Solar really just sandwiched him there. Did a really good job using Zerglings as force fields.
Yeah.
So map number 2, Thunderbird, Solar's choice. And you said this probably points to the fact that Solar wants to play maybe a more macro game after an unusual game 1 opening.
Thunderbird's a little bit harder to be aggressive, especially with the Mortal Sentry-based stuff. So this map tends to be a little bit longer format.
Okay.
But, you know, things can happen. Things can change. We'll have to see.
What's the likelihood of Solar going 3 hatch, no pool?
0.
Unlikely, but let's get in to game number 2 on Thunderbird.
Fight.
All All right, in the top left-hand corner of Thunderbird LE. In the blue, it is
Triumphant Song Gaming, Solar.
dope glasses. So cool.
And in the bottom right, the red Protoss player.
Team LP, Patience.
Do you know what LP stands for?
I don't. What does it? I mean, long play, like a long play record, but that's all I know.
No, it's definitely not that.
I'm not. It's definitely not that.
It's definitely not that.
Well, now, so their teams are interesting because I don't know about Team LP, but Triumphant Song is a Chinese team.
Well, LP's also a Chinese team.
Oh, they're both Chinese teams. Okay. Oh, wow. Look at that Patience artwork.
Nice.
He's an anime hero. He is
He
about
is.
to tear off his clothes and have like a superhero thing underneath, and then go back to class and be a nerd again. Oh, so Triumphant Song. So, but they're
Yeah.
both Chinese teams. Triumphant Song Gaming, I think, did really well in the Chinese team league.
Yeah, well, they have Hero, Solar, and Cloudy, I want to say.
I think that's correct. I might be wrong,
Yeah,
but
Cloudy has some pretty good... Oh, there's Kellizer.
Hey, Kellizer!
Vote for Kellizer.
If
This
that's
is why
not-
the foreigners came here, I guess.
that's an endorsement. I tell you
Oh
what.
yeah, Clem is sitting in front of him too.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what Kellizer was pointing at.
I mean, is okay. So for GSL versus the world, it's how does the format work for inviting foreigners to GSL versus the world?
I think half are voted and half are invited, I think.
Okay.
I'm not 100% on that though.
Cool. Well, I can't wait to see who we bring. That's always such a great event, man. Last year,
GSL versus the World was great.
man, last year they rented out a huge stadium in the middle of town, and there was a laser light
The
show.
laser show was sick.
It was like a Pink Floyd event, except it was also StarCraft, and I didn't hate the music at the same time.
It
So
was also much better.
Not
That was actually one of the best produced events I think I've ever seen out of any event.
it was gorgeous.
Especially the light show part. It's crazy.
I'm still a little salty about that event, though. I was supposed to win a mouse pad at that event, and I didn't win one of the GSL versus the
Well,
world
now you're
mouse pads.
somebody, so you can you can take this to the higher ups.
Actually, Afrika sent me one as a thank you for doing the qualifiers.
Oh,
so I
that's
got
nice.
one, but it was a year late.
Yeah. Well, at least you got one.
Okay, so Proxied Cybercore here. This is going to take a long time for Solar to knock down.
Yeah. I think this is a bit of an overcommitment, but sure. This is not a big deal. Like, I think it evens out after the Cybercore gets canceled because it doesn't even have that much time left, you know?
Right.
It's like 15 seconds.
Is it going to set Solar back that much?
No.
No, I think he'll be all right because he's already got his second down, just that third location.
He's built a lot of links, though. He doesn't cancel it now. That... What?
Whoa!
Okay, I guess we're just fine with losing 150 minerals.
Oh, I mean, that's, 6 Zerglings. Or
8 Zerglings. Right?
100.
Are you counting them?
150 mineral. Anyway, whatever.
Wait,
Third
is
one going
that
down.
misplaced? I didn't see that.
I don't know. Zergling doesn't get in for a huge scout out, but the Stargate has not yet been seen.
What is that positioning?
Very unusual there on that little narrow choke point between the natural and the third. That's so strange.
Oh! Okay. 8 Ling run by through the third base.
Solar.
He's building 12 links. Actually, he can just go for a link flood now. Oh my god, this is going to be huge.
Oh my god, Patience gonna spot it
It
though.
doesn't
with that
matter, it's
probe.
too late. How do you
It's too
stop
late.
this?
I
He's
don't
going to
know.
kill your Stargate pylon.
He's got nothing.
Just kill
oh,
the Stargate
no.
pylon.
He's
What?
not. He's going straight past that.
Oh,
Trying to get down
that's smart,
gets
actually.
in. Doesn't get the build off.
There's
Doesn't get the
nothing
wall
here.
off. There's absolutely nothing here. One Stalker and one Sentry gonna chase all that away. They're already working.
Oh,
that.
he's still not walled off. Okay, this is just it.
Doesn't get the cancel on that. 11 probes.
This is
12
why you
probes.
don't wall here.
That's
This is such a greedy wall off.
The probes pulled from the main, but Patience is got to be really frustrated with this. This makes up for the last game we had that went super long.
Yeah.
We might not be here until midnight, Jake.
Yeah, this was, I think that shield battery should go down if he focuses it. Oh, no.
It might go down, but it doesn't
Okay,
matter.
well.
Patience going to get us around on that
Cybercore
Cybercore.
does go down.
Oof.
He should go for this pylon. Yeah, this was a little late, actually. I think this was the number 2 pick.
Right, the Oracle is not going to make it
Not gonna
out,
make
though,
it out,
and
though,
that's
yeah.
the end of the
That's
game there
big.
for Patience. What a pick by Solar. 2 sentries out to try and defend a little bit longer, but look at the other side of the map. Already Solar droning up, adding
Actually,
on
that's kind
queens.
of interesting that he's droning up. He's not committing to the kill move. This is actually not the worst thing. The only problem is that there's a huge drone advantage, like massive, because of how many workers were killed.
Oh yeah, he's adding on those spores as well to be ready for the Oracle whenever it comes at the 17-minute mark of the game.
Yeah, 24 to 44. I don't see how you come back from that. But
Man.
I'm a little surprised that Solar didn't just go for the kill.
Yeah,
'Cause there's no Cybercore, right?
That's always an interesting choice. That snap decision that you have to make after your not your cheese, but your very aggressive early game play almost wins, and you have to make that decision as a pro gamer to say, do I put the pedal to the metal
Yeah.
and build 400 links and just go, or
Right.
do I triple expand behind it, double evolution chamber, spire, infestation pit, ultralisk cavern, because why not? How do you make that decision as a pro gamer? If you're in Solar's shoes right now, what is the factor in your brain that says, okay, do I go for it or do I sit back and get more ahead?
Continuing the commitment is giving your opponent an opportunity to come back in the game. So you just need to make this call when you know there's a chance you're not going to kill him anymore, right? Because if you keep doing it, you're actually giving them opportunity to not be behind. But when you look at this game, it's 33 workers to 54. You have to just feel like a huge advantage for Solar.
Is there any way Solar can destroy that advantage? What could he possibly do to throw this game in the dumpster?
Nothing comes to my mind.
You're racking your brain.
Maybe if he pulls all of his drones across the map right now, that would be really bad.
Okay, that would definitely be one way.
But if he plays this game out like the way he should, it's definitely Patience game to lose.
You mean?
Like Patience should lose this game.
Right.
Or Solar should not lose this game anyways. There's very unlikely, especially with a player of his caliber.
Roach speed, infestation pit, a lot of roaches getting added on here. The third base for Patience going down. Do you like that play from Patience? Can he afford this third base?
I like this play. Because going aggressive into somebody who has this many drones already is just a really bad idea.
Okay. So
you're just like, all they have to do is build units and defend, and then they win. But if you take a third and play passively,
Did he depower his own Cyber Core?
Yeah, I guess he doesn't need to power it though, unless he gets +1 air.
He does have a Void Ray on the way. Maybe he should get +1 air. We could see the return of Mass Void Ray to the GSL.
Yeah, the return after what, like 7-year hiatus?
Something like that, yeah, man.
Yeah. Nidus Worm on the way. So this time we're seeing a bit more aggression, and I like this. This is better because you actually have more recall abilities. Like, remember last time where you have to like walk across the map if a War Prism shows up? You can actually just go into the Nidus and be at your base much faster.
Yeah, we talked about that in the first game on Cyber Forest a little bit, where Solar had those swarm hosts in the middle of the map, and he really aggressively moved out his army to try and make that attack. The attack didn't win the first time, and then he was retreating, and both you and I got really nervous for how he was going to be able to do with that 8-10 swarm host in the middle of the map with a Protoss army chasing him down. But now that he's got the comfortability to build that Nidus Worm, and yeah, just assault this natural base, I think he's going to feel a lot more safe in this play. And it's nice when you've got that sort of range as a player to be able to, or the space in the game to be able to do that.
Whoa, what is that? 3 Stargate. What?
Whoa.
Are we actually going to see Mass Void Ray? Like, what is this going to be?
I hope so. I hope it is, man. It's been
3
too long.
Stargate. It's going to be straight into Carriers or Tempest?
It's gonna be Void Ray. I saw this in a Silver. I saw this in a Silver League game once, Jake. It worked so well against the opponent who had gone Mass Zealot.
Wait, he's building another Cyber too. What is going on right now?
This is so interesting. Maybe what on earth?
Okay, well he's not losing his commit or Nexus, which is nice. Wait, it's not Mass Oracle, is it?
No way. Double shield battery, adding on more probes.
Okay, well there's only so many more units we can even.
Yeah, there's so many roaches on the map.
Oh, there's 2 Void Rays.
I called it.
No way.
I told you this was happening.
This can't be a thing. Void Rays are so bad.
I am the best caster in the history of casting games ever.
This is a mistake.
3 Void Rays.
He accidentally built these orders. I refuse to believe
Rays.
this.
Void Rays.
He actually he clicked V by accident. He meant to build Phoenixes. I don't know. Oracles even.
Okay. I believe you.
Stargate,
This one's.
Void Ray.
Ooh, but there's nothing here. Well, not a whole lot to defend here against this. This is. Ooh, dear. Okay,
oh,
so.
this is a bit of a misclick, I think. I think if he just focuses the Nexus, he might actually
Yeah, he
get
definitely could have gotten it there. All
Oh
those,
my god, he's getting every sentry though.
all those force fields trying to break down that Nexus, but he didn't get it. Oh, trying to protect the Nexus from going down. He is committing to these Void Rays. Look at that, building more.
Nope.
But the roaches are already in his base. I don't know. This, I mean, desperation is definitely the right word for it here. Patience pressed on all fronts here. Solar really in there.